Hello everyone, it's Finance Eddie here, and today we're going to be talking about Amazon's new department. So they're making a department of digital and emerging payments, and they're currently headhunting for managers for that, as well as software developers. So let me turn you around and let's get into it. So I'm going to start off by saying that it's not confirmed that Amazon is working on their own cryptocurrency like Amazon Coin or something like that, but let's just read through the article, and at the end, let's make a couple of well-based assumptions, all right? So, Amazon laid out its vision for a new feature to convert cash into digital currency for online payments. The e-commerce giant has already begun assembling a team to lead the initiative in Mexico. Now, why would they choose Mexico? Well, we'd have to check it, and we'll check it at the end of the video, if Mexico has convenient regulations regarding cryptocurrencies. That might be an indicator there. So that's something we're definitely going to check. So let's keep going. So they're headhunting for the leader of its digital and emerging payments initiative in consumer payments, right? So digital and emerging payments is going to be the name of the department that they're setting up now. This is a completely new department that Amazon has not had before, and this is strictly going to concern itself with making consumer payments in whatever digital currency that Amazon comes up with. So they're hiring senior managers and as well software development engineers. Now, since then, I tried to look for the job postings on Amazon, but they've all been removed. So I guess that means these have already been filled, or it was getting too much media attention, so they just removed it to get rid of the rumor mill that the internet loves to just ramp up. So let me keep going here. I found a bunch of articles about this, but this is the best one. What's interesting is that they're targeting emerging countries. And the reason why that's interesting is because emerging countries are actually the countries that are currently undergoing the most inflation. So if you look at countries like the US, Canada, most of Western Europe, the inflation rate is like really low. It's below 3% for all those countries. But if you then go to the emerging countries, you start to see rates like 4, 5, 7, even 10%. It's not something that's like out of the question or uncommon. So actually, from a financial standpoint, it would make sense for them to focus there first, because what happens is when they make a sale in Brazil for Amazon Brazil, they're not directly converting whatever they sell into the US dollars, right? They're going to stay with the Brazilian currency or the Singaporean currency or even the Australian currency. So if those countries are having inflation in terms of US dollars, which is not inflating as much right now, well, they're actually losing money year on year by just holding that cash in other currencies. So maybe there's a plan here to kind of take whatever money that they're usually losing in inflation, setting up this new department and seeing if this is maybe an interesting idea and a way to deal with that, right? If they have an Amazon coin and they convert their Australian, Singaporean dollars, and I think Brazilian reais into Amazon coin, let's call it, that might be a way for them to fight inflation. And if all these countries have strong pro-cryptocurrency laws, then, that might be something smart to do. Maybe more companies would follow this example. But what we know for sure from this is that Amazon has just set up a new department. They're looking into what they can do with this kind of technology, digital currencies for Amazon. And that's really interesting. So we're going to have to keep watching this space. I would never ever discount Amazon. They're the type of company that no matter how big they are, they'll make a crazy move like this. So let me do some research here and see if these companies in particular actually have pro cryptocurrency laws. Be right back. Okay, guys, so I looked at Mexico, Brazil, and Singapore, and actually the situation is pretty interesting. So as always, let's flip you around. Let's get into it. Let's start with Mexico, actually. Mexico is always fun. So if we start with Mexico, we see that Mexico in March 2018 enacted a law that provided some kind of outline of how they want to think about cryptocurrencies. But if I click this link and I actually read through these, what the law comes up with is that if you're going to use cryptocurrencies, you have requirements as a company that you need to basically tell people that this is very risky. see that it's not guaranteed by any kind of backing. Like if you lose the crypto, if something goes wrong with the transaction, like that's it, it's gone. Like it's pretty much unrecoverable. And they need to keep very clear records of who's making purchases, who's making the crypto transactions, and that's pretty much standard everywhere, right? They have very strict anti-money laundering laws. So first of all, they need to provide disclaimers to the customers. Second, they need to keep very strict records of all the customers. And third, and this is the best part, the taxation part is for now still blank. As of right now, Mexico has not decided how they would like to regulate cryptocurrencies, which means that as of right now, you probably don't need to pay taxes in Mexico. So let's move on to Brazil. Brazil decided that they were going to say that cryptocurrencies could not be classified as financial assets. That probably means that you can't tax them regarding capital gains rules as if you would a stock, for example. Now let me just read through this article. It's a bit longer. It's a bit longer than the Mexico one. Let me come back. So when you read through it, this is basically the most important thing again, just like in Mexico's, cryptocurrencies have yet to be regulated in Brazil. The only type of regulation that they've enacted so far is to make sure that it's clear that cryptocurrencies are not classified as if you had like electronic money in the bank, right? That's a different type of money from cryptocurrencies. So they made that difference very clear. And that's pretty much as far as they got. Once again, if it's not regulated yet, if they decided that it can't be classified as a financial asset, that means that as of right now, once again, there's no taxation on them probably in Brazil. So let's go to Singapore. Well, in Singapore, they're a bit more advanced when it comes to the regulations. And what they've decided is to treat it the same as if you're buying like anything in the store, and they're charging the goods and services tax on it. So basically what we in Europe know as VAT, value added tax, or in the US, the sales tax that different states impose whenever you buy pretty much anything. So what do you need to know about VAT is that if you're a company, when you submit your income statement for the year, VAT, sales, goods, and services tax is deductible, which means that if you're a company and you owe cryptocurrency, well, because you're a company, you don't pay this VAT tax, and therefore, once again, in Singapore, cryptocurrencies are not taxed. So I think it would be very convenient for Amazon to choose these three countries in particular. Very quickly, let's talk about Australia. Basically, they've decided just to treat cryptocurrencies as most other financial assets and tax it based on capital gains tax, right? So when you sell your house, you basically pay a certain tax on whatever profits are from it. When you sell a stock, the same thing. Well, cryptocurrencies are treated the same in Australia. It seems very convenient that the exact countries that Amazon would like to target are exactly these where the regulations are still in their infancy, but where the government has already classified that they cannot be treated as regular financial assets, right? They're either going to be taxed on VAT in Singapore, which companies don't pay, or in the case of Brazil, that they don't know what they want to do yet, but it's not the same as regular money and they need to come up with something else. Or in the case of Mexico, where basically they say, hey, we don't know how to tax this yet. Put everything together, guys. As always, get smarter. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, please. Bye-bye.